morning, BodySlams podcast viewers. I am one of your co-analysts. I'm Gio Frost here. Welcome to another Breakfast and Body Slams. This is episode 6, I want to say. I believe so. I hope I got that correctly. And unfortunately, we wasn't on last week. Everyone was busy. Plus, I was ill at the moment, so that's why we didn't have a show last week. But we will catch up with everyone with the Three Legacies results review from last week. I'm sure everyone saw if you were on Facebook and you follow us, you definitely seen the results posted. But without any further ado, I'm going to bring in one of my co-analysts, a man who likes to call it right down the middle, a man who is enjoying his breakfast already during Breakfast and Body Slams and didn't consider of sending me an Uber Eats or a DoorDash or anything so I can have some grub too. But it's okay. I'm still going to love this guy anyway. He is one of my wreaking havoc brothers who, when we teamed up together, he is Mr. Tony Reyes, but everybody knows him as T.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. T. There we go, Mr. T.
No.
Mr. T, no.
You
pity the fool who doesn't bring me. I pity the fool who doesn't bring me breakfast.
Listen, Uber Eats and all that stuff. Why am I going to spend double the money just to send stuff?
That way you don't have to get up out of bed and bring it yourself.
Shit, I'll go down the street and McDonald's before I even pay them money. They crazy.
How have you been as of late? We haven't seen you on a couple of episodes.
Working, doing the civilian job thing, looking at eyeballs.
The old shoot job, as we like to call it.
But besides that, trying to keep up with the wide, wacky world of professional wrestling.
Yeah, he's keeping up with sports entertainment. I'm keeping up with the indie scene. I'll stick with it. It's all right. Hey, unfortunately, folks, if you notice, Joe and Chris are not here. They have other obligations. Joe's still recovering from his surgery. We try to get a couple fresh faces on here, some new analysts, but I dropped the ball on that because I did not reach out to them last night or yesterday evening because I was so busy with other things. Looks like he fell, and he can't get up.
No, I'm just moving.
Yeah, so I dropped the ball yesterday trying to get a hold of a couple of the Three Legacy guys from over there to jump in on here because they're young, they're following everything. They pretty much know what's going on with Three Legacies as well as keeping up on the product that is currently on television as well. So hopefully we can have them on here so they can chit chat with my man T here because he likes to follow everything too as well, so they can play off of each other because it's kind of bad when we try to talk with them, but we can't. But it is what it is, though, because we got only so much time in our life to deal with whether life or wrestling or both. Depends on what we got going on. So with that being said, since we got T on here right away and our other two compadres are not here at the moment because, like I said, they have other obligations and whatnot they're taking care of, we're going to jump in to what T's chops are salivating over right now, and that is the big pay-per-view coming all the way from the island of Puerto Rico. Did I say that pretty good with the R? Puerto Rico. I said that pretty good, did I think?
Yeah.
All right. WWE's Backlash all the way from San Juan. T, going up into this, I fell asleep. I'm sorry to say to everybody, I fell asleep right before as the Ripley match was starting when they got introduced, only because I had a long, busy day. So I can only help out with somewhat like before that. Up first, it was Bianca Belair taking on Io Sky for the Raw Women's Championship.
That crowd was electric. Like I ain't seen a crowd like that since like Raw's after Mania. It was so much fun. The crowds like that make the event so much better. Bianca got the whole John Cena ECW treatment, which was she was booed for the first time in a while because Io, being the workhorse she is over and was over than a mofo.
Yes, the fans galore. They ate EO up like crazy. They definitely like in that match there. EO it was literally a role reversal during that match of EO being the baby, even though she was the heel because of her with in damage control. Um but yeah, easily the fans made her the baby of that match. And Bianca, like you said, she got the John Cena treatment where, yeah, they were still cheering, but at the same time, they did not want to, they were all for EO, though, majority.
The ticket was stamped. Io was basically that was their girl for the night, and they ran with it, and it was hard. It was amazing. It was a great atmosphere.
And me fooling me enough, I was thinking this was going to be the night that Bianca would have dropped it.
No, 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 no. She will not drop it. It's either this a SummerSlam or I mean it's one of the big four before she drops.
My thing, I'm glad you mentioned SummerSlam because that would be the idea point if EO and her were going to run it back one more time and
Hmm.
pull it out. That there most definitely will be the idea place to do it is at SummerSlam on one of the big four events of of the year. So
It would make sense. It would make sense because she's held it for so long, so it has to be on a big grand stage. It just can't be out of the blue.
hey, just let you know we have 3 viewers in the room currently at the moment. So
Uh,
just let you know the chat room is open for comments and questions and stuff like that. So please do not hesitate to hit us up and show us your 2 cents of what you think about the pay-per-view and whatever else we talk about here today on the show.
Good morning, Alan. I see the little chat box over there. He said, "Yo, Chia, what's good?" It's Alan. I don't know who that was.
Yeah, no, he's one of my young boys. He gave me a fresh cut the one day. He came to the crib. Good kid.
Gotcha, gotcha. But now if you notice towards the end of Eo's match, when the rest of Damage Control came, Dakota was like, "No, like, what are you doing?" To try to like, didn't try to stop Bailey, but was like pleading with her. So I see a little riff there, and I see parting ways maybe sometime soon. Either that or new members for Damage Control, and they get rid of the other two.
I was surprised that the way Bailey was holding Belair's hair at the end there on that with that side hold holding underneath her armpit and stuff. I'm surprised they let the referee spot that. Like because it was like nonchalant. She's like she has her back turned. She's just leaning up against the ropes, and the hair's like I'm surprised, but it was a good call. A good call. It gave Bianca the opportunity for Io to miss the moonsault and stuff. So but yeah, hands down, I definitely see these guys running it back. So,
What I
my
what I
man,
what I noticed about this match before we leave it was the first match that Bianca showed vulnerability. Like throughout all her other matches, she was headstrong. You know what I mean? In this match, she looked vulnerable than most of her other matches combined. You
yeah,
you get it. So it was interesting to see little things like that. But overall, it was an amazing match, amazing atmosphere. The people were all over EO. But the EST of the WWE got it done, and still, you're a champion.
I
And
got,
longest women's reign champion as well.
I got my man, Mr. Benito, chiming in for one of the matches. We're not going to get to that yet. That's later on in the results. We're just starting out the results. If you stick around, we can get to that, and you can chime in with us if you like to. Then, up next, they had the big giant himself, Omos, taking on Seth freaking Rollins. You know, it seems like Omos is just like, I hate to say this is me personally. I really hate to say this. I think Omos is, for a big guy, and I'm not a huge fan. I'm not a fan of him, really, honestly. But he is improving. He's improving a lot, little by little. It's like it's surprisingly, and especially like his ring attire too, his look.
Yeah, yeah. The whole once he acquired the hoodie, the poncho hoodie, the half cut, it was like, all right, he's getting into his gear. And I do agree with you. He has come a long way from his debut, on the main roster or even on NXT. Plus, I have to say that probably MVP by his side for a couple years now or a year. That helps as well.
Yeah.
But he's come a long way. It's funny when that match, Seth. If they would have left Seth stand there, I'm pretty sure he would have been there for like 20 minutes, and they would have kept singing.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Guaranteed.
that was a perfect like stoppage. But they kept singing. And I was thinking, if I was almost, I would have stopped the stuff because I would have started conducting right there because they didn't want to. He did that a little bit too later in the
Yeah.
match instead of right there where it's loud.
Yeah.
You could have cut the noise off right there as soon as he would drop Rollins for the first time. But
I like the part when Rollins was finally going for the stomp and nothing happened, and he stopped the stomp.
yeah, he just kept on coming back up. Yeah, that was dope. But I had a feeling it was either going to be like a mega stomp or some type of coup de grace to the back of his head.
and and I feel like the match, I think it went the right time frame, because if it went too quick, it would have been like, okay, the fans of Puerto Rico, they don't get to see Seth perform, really, if it went too quick.
Mm-hmm.
And then if it went too long, the fans probably would have just been like, oh, come on, they'd be sitting on their hands like, oh man, it's starting to get boring, because there's only so much a guy like Seth can do with someone like with Omar. So I think they timed that match just right of how it went down.
Do you notice that Omos did the Big Daddy Cool Snake Eyes turnbuckle come running high boot?
Yeah. I caught that for a brief moment. I had to look back at it in the replay when I saw.
I was like, well, okay, he's learning from big guys. That's good. That's very good.
Oh yeah, it's nothing wrong. Look at the big guys. You can't just hit everything the big guys are hitting. You gotta see what works and what doesn't work, and what works to his advantage for him particularly. Because like I said, not everything that another big guy might have done, it might have got that guy over. Doesn't mean it's gonna get you over though.
If I was MVP, I would try to get him to learn the Razor's Edge. Imagine the height on that.
It would be nice, but the problem is, one of the other guys, who later on we're going to talk about, he pretty much uses the Razor Edge now.
Oh yeah, I know
because he's the bad guy now. You see all that now in his when he comes to the ring and stuff too. All right, and then for the take home, for the end of the match, we got to see Rollins hit that curb stomp, but coming off the top rope,
the very top.
So it helped add a lot more impact to it. So when it comes crashing down, and it hurts inside. Oh, sorry, wrong guy. But yeah.
Yes, I don't know what you're doing. I really don't.
Because he came crashing down. But yeah, so Seth freaking Rollins picked up the victory at Backlash against the Giant Omos. Up next was a triple threat for the United States Championship as the champion Austin Theory defends his United States title against Bobby Lashley and Bronson Reed. You got to remember, folks, during a triple threat match, you don't exactly have to pin the champion himself. Either the challengers could pin one or the other, and they could walk out without the current champion have any factor in that decision of the pinfall or submission or whatever. So yeah, the odds were stacked against Theory going into this match. I feel Theory held his own in this big time. As always, from the beginning when Theory was back at NXT, I always said he was going to be like the next John Cena, and just like, give him time to get his babyface gimmick. Eventually, down the road, he'll come. He'll shine like that. But yeah, going in this match, Bronson Reed. Oh my God! Like
to me, when you say utilize your time, he utilized his time very well yesterday. Very well.
And he hit all the key points that made sense. Like when he did that somewhat springboard splash across Lashley's shoulder to the outside, as well as when he took the time on the top rope when Theory cut him off there before he came off with the big splash. Then later on,
that I think, I'm not sure it was a clothesline. Lashley hit Reed. Reed had Austin in a DDT, and they all went back. Like it was a good like key point match with everything they did. Plus the moonsault that he missed, that was impressive. Even if he missed it, that was hell of impressive.
The one thing that I was personally surprised about in this match, which I thought they were going to have Reed cut Lashley off, which I was surprised, is when Lashley had Theory in the full Nelson, and you see Theory muscling back. They're showing Theory has some power behind him, and then he stepped up to the ropes, kicked off for the back when he flipped over for the pin position.
Mm-hmm.
And I was surprised that they were going to have Theory like muscle up the way he did. Because when you think about full Nelson and stuff like, you think about back in the day, you got guys like the Warlord and Bulldog and stuff like that. When the only guys who are muscling up like that is the guy who's just as equal, like type, like a big muscle guy like that will come back. Usually guys about Theory side will be like really down and almost out of it though. But luckily, it was that burst of adrenaline to fire back up and just to have the advantage to push off the ropes for the momentum to roll them up for that pinning position. What's up, T? What you doing? You sitting on the floor, your green screen's getting all loppy.
Oh, yeah.
Now you finally sit up in your chair. Oh, we got a big shot of the belly there. But it's all good. But yeah, hands down, great match. Kudos to Bronson Reed. Lashley, I kind of figured Lashley was gonna work the way he did during this match. Yeah, I'm like I said, I got a big pop for Reed, of course, and like I said, from day one, with Theory, he is that next go ticket to be a world champion. Who knows? He'll maybe be that Raw World's heavyweight champion. We could see that with Theory.
No.
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 Well, we got time. We still got time for the tournaments of what they're going to do with the whole Raw bracket, SmackDown bracket, and you're stuffing your face over there. You just shoved it in there. And then the winner of each brand will take on each other for the tournament finals, which we actually thought, a lot of people thought that it was just going to be Raw competitors. So now at the end, we're definitely going to see one Raw versus one SmackDown competitor for the Raw Heavyweight Championship. But like I said, my pick right now, going into this, currently my pick would have to be Austin Theory as a odds-on favorite from the Raw brand. That is
No,
no,
no.
this guy. You see what I'm working with, people? I can't work like this. I can't work under these conditions. I gotta talk to management here at the podcast, see what we can do. All right, and unfortunately, as I mentioned earlier when we jumped on the show, I did doze off. I had a very long day, so I did not catch the whole show. So I did catch highlights today, though, starting from here, from this match here, and it was the SmackDown's Women's Championship. Rhea Ripley taking on Zelina Vega. Honestly, like I'm kind of upset that I did had to miss the pay-per-view somewhat, because I'm not too big on the pay-per-views anymore, only mainly like the main four. But I was kind of disappointed because you know we're not having an opportunity to see it live, as far as when Zelina came out with her entrance attire with the sporting the flag everywhere, very emotional. You see you see it on her face. She's ready to cry, bawl her tears out, because she's on the island right there representing, and it's her chance to walk away with the championship.
Everybody was emotional. I was emotional. It was actually just a dope moment for her. It was her moment. Win, lose, or draw, and she earned it.
Yeah, she tried to hit that 619
Hmm.
dedicated, where one of her mentors being Rey Mysterio. We got to see her get up on that second rope, start doing the Guerrero shuffle, as I want to call it, before she came off with the Meteora. But neither one of those attacks that she performed helped her out in picking up that W. Gee, I'll let you take the rest of this.
No, basically, she was shining throughout the whole night, but Rhea is a whole different breed of woman. She is legitimately badass in that ring, and you know, we all know that Tia was not going to walk away with that belt.
No.
You know, even though we would love to see a little upset and then maybe her drop it down 30 days from now just to, get her moment in. But yeah, Rhea's a whole different beast of animal. When she's in that ring, it's just something special.
Yeah, like
So,
I did not see Vega getting the title. If they were going to put it on her, it was just before her moment of being in Puerto Rico and all. But
hmm
hands down, I would have saw Io win her match and get the title, then Vega would.
yeah.
Yeah, hands down, I would have seen that for coming first. Cause what's going on with Ripley, you know, like I
Mhm.
said, Bianca had her title for a while. Okay, Ripley just pretty much got hers. So they're not. I don't. And with what they're doing with her and Judgment Day, they're not definitely going to pull it off for a rate this so soon
No, Judgment
whatsoever.
Day's hot right now. Dominic is hot as a heel. You know,
Oh, he's getting better. He's starting to grow on me. He's starting to
N-
grow on me a little more.
No, you need you listening. As soon as he even touches the mic, before he even speaks, they're not
I know
letting
I
him.
saw that I saw that before, but what I'm saying is he's starting to grow on me with his uh he's getting better with his work, his mic and whatnot. Little by he's growing.
All it took was being a heel, just like John Cena. John Cena came in.
Just like the Rock.
Yep,
Yeah, like
every big
he's young.
person. Yeah, he's only like 20, like 24,
Yeah,
25.
but remember, but we got to remember. Yes, he might have grown up in the business around his dad and stuff, but he wasn't working those shows like how we say the indie to actually get the experience. He was
And
like thrown
hone your
into
craft.
yeah, he was thrown into the fire of WWE. Boom, instant superstar. Like a star right there. Now you have to grow within the company. You know, he's a company branded guy. Basically, he's not. He don't have to worry. you can't not worry. He can't look back and say, "Oh, well, I worked for this company, that company, this company." You know, growing up to fight to get it here. I didn't work Mexico this, Japan that, or whatever indie this to get here. He was instant. Dropped the seed in the WWE fucking the flower pot, and he has to grow from there. So he is a product of WWE, and that's it, plain and simple.
Indeed.
Yeah.
But yeah, with that segue, I think our next match is Damian Priest versus Benito, aka Bad Bunny.
There you go, Benito, my man, chime in. He was chiming in. He only got to see like the remaining matches. Now you can chime in. Now we're talking about the Bad Bunny versus Damian Priest.
But that match from the start to finish, it was loud. Like, I think they should have went on last. I personally think they should have went on last because the crowd was amped up throughout the whole thing. Like, it did not let down.
Honestly, I have to agree with you on that, though. That there would definitely hit the key mark, especially being for the show, for the location where it's at, and for them ending the show being two Latino, Hispanic, Puerto Rican wrestlers, you know, who grew up there on the island, whatever. It would have made more sense instead of having the night end with two white guys from North America. Well, then also, wait. Well, hold up. It might have fit Cody Rhodes because ain't he half what? Colombian, Cuban, whatever it is?
Cody's a half Cuban.
Okay, well, he's somewhat Latino. Yeah.
He's half Cuban. He is Latino. He's
okay,
just
okay. He's a half breed like me. He's a mutt.
As they call him, he's a seasoned white.
There you go. he's incognito. That's what he is. He's like me. He's a white boy in disguise. But,
when Bunny came out, he came out to Chambrea, one of his popular songs. Holy shit!
I heard the crowd singing it. I heard the crowd singing it as soon as he came out.
It was rumbling loud. Like they were going ape shit. I'm like, this is amazing. And then he broke out the New Jack shopping cart. That was dope too. You know, paying a little homage there. Like,
I think personally, I think anyone who has any street fights whatsoever, after the guys get introduced and the bell rings, they should just put New Jack's music on loop for the whole match until the match ends. For any street fight, that's what it should be. It should be New Jack's music playing through the whole match.
Yeah, you know, you gotta pay royalties for that.
Yeah, but if you're on the indies, who cares?
You see, that's the difference. That would not fly in the WWE. Or
they got money, they can do it. Or they'll do the WWE version and they make up their own New Jack music, which they already have on file anyway.
But it was bananas. The crowd was bananas. They both worked their asses off. It was a great match. Like, and then the surprise guest that came in, Carlito came in. The roof blew off. Like,
the looks on people's faces when I seen the shots of the crowd when they panned across the crowd, just the looks on their faces, the way they pop like crazy. It was like, holy shit, the God has risen. It was like the second coming. I'm like, dude, I understand it's Carlito, but yo, they're like, holy shit.
No, but you don't understand. Before he left the WWE, everybody was on the bandwagon. Like, they was on the bandwagon. It was supposed to be John Cena, Carlito, and Randy Orton fighting forever. But that didn't happen. You know what I mean? Like, everybody was on the Carlito bandwagon. And they never pulled the trigger.
And not to mention the other big pop was before the show is like when before the match is when Savio Vega showed up and presented him with that the Singapore cane with the Puerto Rico flag on it.
You talking about Savio Vega during the match was the pop.
Hey,
You missed it. I'm telling you.
yeah,
Missed
obviously.
he came out, but it was a whole like 5 minute squabble between
The LWO.
Judgment Day and LWO, and that basically went to the after the squabble. They went into the finish, and it was a good finish too. The whole match was solid entertainment 101, and
and then with that celebration at the end with everyone in the ring, like how you said, it should have been on last.
It should have been. It should have been, especially with the whole LWO there, and
it would have been a good way to go off the air. You know,
yeah,
as a celebration, pyros going off, whatever. That would have been perfect for WWE.
Indeed, I 100% like. This is weird. We actually agree. Like,
I know.
It's weird
because we're looking at because the thing is, we're looking at where it's being held at. What the majority of the thing was Puerto Rico, this, that. You know,
I think Cody and Brock should have started it.
Kicked off the show.
Yeah, and then like
it would have been a hot start. It would have been a hot start with a guy like Brock would have loved it because he would have got in and out because he would have did his match already. He don't care
because it would make sense. And if that match should have went on last. That's just me, my opinion. It should have went on last. Like every it had the whole formula. But San Benito, you said wrestler. You called him a wrestler, and I agree. That man put in work. He moved down to Florida, stayed there 9 months, trained. That was before for a WrestleMania, and he put in the work this time, and he is now arguably the greatest celebrity to ever lace boots.
Honestly, you sure?
Huh?
Honestly, you sure?
Celebrity?
Yeah.
I'm talking about nobody with sports backgrounds.
With no sports background.
Yeah. Like, he's a singer.
All right.
He's a musician.
Because when you said, like, I was thinking Logan Paul. That's why. So.
You see? And that's what everybody wants.
But you just said no sports background. That's why I'm like, okay.
No sports background. And
I actually, you know what? I'm surprised that Paul wasn't there only because, him being dubbed as being now residing or whatever in Puerto Rico.
Oh, well, no.
When we stop and think about it, though, honestly, seriously.
Whatchamacallit? I was going to say something. You stopped me.
Ah, damn it.
No. People, the IWC, the internet wrestling people, them people, they're like clamoring for Bad Bunny versus Logan Paul for WrestleMania 40.
Why not?
And it will be an awesome match. But then again, you got two people who are inexperienced.
But you got a whole year's time to get that shit ready, though. You got one whole year.
One match, one whole year. I think they could pull it off.
Yeah, I think so, too. I would love to see that. I think that would actually work.
But, yeah. Nah, San Benito, he has this aura with these people down there, and it was amazing. But after that, what came after that was the tag team match, the 6-man.
Yes, the Usos.
The Usos and Solo versus Sammy, KO, and Riddle. And Dave said, "Hello, Chio."
Yeah, that was that's actually DB Richards from one of our fellow podcast. He's one of our fellow podcasters out there who represents us all the time. He's him and Dave Keener, really cool dudes. I see them from time to time at the shows that I go to in South Jersey. So, but yeah, back to the match, the 6-man.
6-man. With this one, I kind of missed most of it because I had to take my dogs out. But I did catch one of the most important parts of the match is when Solo had Jimmy and was about to Samoan spike Jimmy.
And he's yelling at him. He's yelling, "Go ahead. What you gonna do? I'm your brother, not his." You know, like, oh damn. And I hope come Raw, SmackDown, or whatever they're gonna air that, if they show the replay, I hope they use that clip and show that him voicing his voice loud. I'm your brother, not him, not his. You know, and go from there.
And but
I think here's me again going out on the limb. Roman being a tribal chief without a tribe. Solo says the hell with this. Goes with his brothers, and you see the descent of bringing in other Samoan dynasty fellows. But here's the thing, though. What I'm pointing out here, if no one ever thought about this, I'm sure people have. The Anawais versus the Fatus. You see where I'm getting at there? Like
I see what you're getting at.
And it's like, okay, he might have he has that as tribal chief as the Anawai is like putting the Fatus underneath him. Like I'm the big dog, you know, but I can see that happening, bringing in some more of the Anawais against the Fatus, you know, it'll be like a Samoan war, like the against each other almost. And then the only one in the middle that could probably fix it all would be like The Rock, like be the man down in the middle. He comes out as the main tribal chief and break it all up. Like, yo, I'm the real chief. Both sides need to chill the hell out, you know, when it comes to the final thing or whatever. Or it's a three-way where The Rock takes on the tribal chief of each of the. You get what I'm saying there?
No, but in the back of my mind, I'm picturing all this and The Rock coming out doing that, and then they all looking like, "Where you been?" and stomp the shit out of him.
I get what you're saying. Or the new tribal princess comes out, The Rock's daughter. Do you know who my father is? My grandfather is.
That could work that
My
way.
great grandfather is. She's a fourth generation right there.
But I was daydreaming, thinking of what you were saying, and I'm like, you're like, this man ain't been around in years, and you coming out here flapping your gums, and they all jump him.
But that's the thing. But here's the thing, though. There's guys who haven't been around in years, and they come back and they make an appearance, and then it's like they never left. There's guys who have that power, behind their name and stuff. So,
but yeah,
hands down, this match, like I said, I never really, like I said, I'm right there with you. I didn't catch the whole thing. I tried to catch some highlights of it though. But from what I saw of the clips of them flashing back and forth, they were on point. Everybody was on point with their hits, their kicks, and everything like that, breaking up the spots when it needed to be broken up too. So it went down as another classic as far as finally having all the Fatu brothers together in a 6-man, because you don't see that enough. We do not get to see that enough of Solo teaming with his brothers at all, really, you know. But
his name is Solo for a reason.
Yeah, well, yeah, because they gave it to him. So anyway, Sepha, the problem. That's right, he's the problem. Is great to see them. I think definitely, this is me hands down. Definitely, Solo's gonna side with his brothers, and if anything, maybe Solo would be one of those guys on the SmackDown side of the finals to go for the World Heavyweight Championship, because he's on SmackDown. The Bloodline's on SmackDown. So imagine Solo taking on Theory for the world heavyweight, for the new championship, for the new world heavyweight championship finals. Solo versus Theory. I'm calling it now. I'm calling my shot.
Have fun with that.
Chime in, folks. If you
Yeah.
think that's going to be the finals of the World Heavyweight Championship, the comment board is open. Please, like I said, I'm picking Theory from Raw, Solo from SmackDown, and that's going to happen at what? What do they call it? Is it Night of Champions? Clash of? Well, it's not Clash of, so it's Night of Champions. They call it. That's right. That's my pick, hands down. Big kudos to the Usos and the Bloodline for picking up the victory. Need that to continue that nice storyline you guys got going, especially with the Kevin and Sammy still being the world champion. I know they had the things they're getting in their heads about the whole Roman thing and everything just going back and forth. So the story's going to continue to play out, and hopefully we get to see some really good storytelling to continue on for us to segue into other things if possible. Now,
the main event.
Exactly the main event of the evening, as the half-breed Cody Rhodes. Did I say half-breed? Yeah, I did.
You said half-breed?
Well, yeah, he is. I'm a half-breed.
He's not
I'm
a half-breed, baby. What's wrong with you?
I'm a half-breed. He's a half-breed. Hey, if you're half and half, you're a half-breed. A mutt. We're mutts. So anyway, Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare, taking on Brock Lesnar. Yeah, you know it. All right, now, my friend Benito, you can pop on in, chiming in about earlier he said Solo was going to turn on the Bloodline, and he also commented that the Brock and Cody match was blah.
No, I don't think it was blah. I think the ending was weird, but the match itself wasn't blah. Remember, when you working somebody like Brock, there's certain things you can and cannot do. It's a whole different dynamic. Cody is not as big as Brock, so he has to do different ways. It's not like Roman's a little bit bigger than Cody, so he has leeway to do stuff with Brock. It all depends on who's working who. If you're going to get a match with Rey Mysterio and Brock Lesnar, as soon as Brock catches Mysterio, it's over. That's the whole point. Cat and mouse. This is different. This is survival. Cody has to survive Brock Lesnar. And that's what they were trying to tell. And they did exactly that in a weird fashion. But I think it had to do with the head being split open. I honestly do. I think it was cut short because of that. But hey, there's neither here nor there.
Yeah, when you said cut short, I have to agree with you, because there was, like I said, when I went back and looked at the highlights, it wasn't showing much in the highlights really at all. It was like okay, what did I miss? I'm like, okay, so I'm like, but that's how you said they should have went on first, and if it was going to be that quick, yeah, they should have got it done over with, and the whole Bunny and Priest match should have been last. It's the same thing we already spoke about.
But
I wasn't a fan. I was not going to be a fan of even if I was diehard one to watch the whole pay-per-view, I would not have been a fan of seeing Brock versus Cody on this particular pay-per-view. They could have saved it for something else, for like SummerSlam or something like that. I wasn't feeling it being on this card at all.
That's another keyway thing. They said that maybe this feud will continue, and I'm like, oh.
I think it just happened too soon. It happened way too soon. They should have waited. So.
But yeah, the match should have went on first. I'm not sure about the ending. I'm not sure what happened there, but hey, it is what it is. Cody won.
Right.
Cody pinned the Brock. Brock had him in a Kimura, and he swiveled his hips.
I'm sorry, I got to laugh there because you said Cody pinned the Brock, the Brock,
The Brock. The
the
Brock.
Brock, the Brock says
My medication's kicking in.
the Brock.
The Brock. The Rock.
But overall, for your from a scale of 1 to 10, how was this pay-per-view overall that you feel it went?
I give this an 8.5 because of the fans.
I'm gonna have to go with an 8 on this, only because yes, the fans were there, but also I think they dropped when they should have made the Bunny and Priest match last.
They should have, and I will agree 100% all the time when I hear that should have been with everything that happened with all the Latinos that came out on that match. It should have been the last thing on the card. It should have.
Now, with that being said, you were all for Bianca in her match, and just so happens I pulled out. I had something sitting here on my desk, which I have a WWE fully loaded 2021 one NCAS autograph per box of a card of Bianca Belair. Well, that shows up pretty good. It's autographed. I did not take it out the box. I've it's been sitting in here the whole time, and I'm thinking about just like I have it here, but it's like when I look for stuff like this, like cards and stuff like that, I look for people who like I more or less like. These are like for me nostalgic reasons, like of people who I can see me that represents my personality in this. I'm like, okay, Bianca's great and stuff like that, but like when you see my items here at the house, you see I got old school stuff. I do have old school stuff, you know. Then you got the whole Eddie Guerrero stuff, and I got like Andre, the Iron Sheik stuff. I have a lot of old school stuff, and like I'm like I can't knock her, but at the same time, I'm not really a big fan. And people be like, "What the hell are you talking about?" Hey, everyone has their choices, whether it's sports teams or whatever. You're over there sporting Pittsburgh. I'm sporting the Phillies. But the fact of the matter is, I'm actually debating, do I just want to give this away? Should I raffle this off? It's autographed. I'm like I said, it's not even out of the package. It's still enclosed like that. So it's in mint condition. So I haven't decided yet. What do you think I should do with it? Should I just give it to you?
That's up to you, dog. I'm not the one that.
Looking for suggestions. You know, like I said, I have it here and it's just sitting here. It's just for me, even though it's small, it's still taking up space for me. So I can add a different card there. But then at the same time, with these boxes, they're hard because you don't know what's in them when you open it. Though you don't know if you're getting something that you like, that you personally like. So like for me, like, hey, it's great to have. It's a great object item to have, but it doesn't resonate with you know, like if I open it up, like, oh wow, I can't believe I got this card. You know, you get excited over something like that. You know, so it's just one of those things with me though. But with that being said, that was our personal WWE Backlash review,
wrap up, whatever it is, post show.
And if everyone's sticking around, I still have to give the results from the last 3 Legacies event as well as the preview of the upcoming one. So I don't know if you want to stick around to see who's going to be making a special guest appearance at the next 3 Legacy show. They're having a guest appearance by a certain former WWE, WCW, ECW celebrity. So I don't know if you want to stick around and check that or just listen in, because obviously you're not going to be on the show because you don't know what the hell we're talking about over there. That's totally up to you though. But with that being said, everyone, that is my man T Reyes helping me break down Backlash. T, any final words for the folks before I kick you out and go to some of our cheap plugs?
Viva la raza.
Well, you heard T with Viva Live.
Coño.
All right, T. Like I said, if you want to stick around in the room and just listen in or
No,
whatnot, chime in.
I gotta take my dogs out.
The dogs, damn.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you enjoy your Sunday, and we'll talk throughout the week or something, or I'll look inside my group chat and see you just shamelessly plug whatever you find in news.
Yes. Like they're about to sell out Wembley.
For AEW,
Yeah.
they're about to, or they're almost there.
They're almost there. They're like 60 something, 65 some thousand seats sold. Something
And what's the max for that?
like 70, 80, something like that. I have to Google it.
Well, good luck. Well, I hope that.
And they're trying to break the Wembley record because
what, to the Bulldog match?
They're not using much like fanfare. They don't have a big staging area.
Yeah, don't have the big staging area. Otherwise, you're going to take away from the seating.
Yeah, basically.
That's what I was thinking of. I was saying to myself, I hope they don't have a big stage. I hope it just have a classic entrance.
Yeah, it's going to be like a long ramp or runway and the ring in the middle. I sent you the picture. It shows you. It doesn't have it doesn't have big staging. It just has a walkway in a ring.
Well, yeah, like I said, because the more staging they have, it's going to take away from the seatings. So it's going to make it look, look a little bit not empty because you have all that fill in, but still. But yeah, hopefully everything works out for them and they see if they hit that mark.
You know that they're switching to 2 brands as well.
Rumor I'm not gonna say rumor. I heard they're getting rid of that AEW Dark as well.
Yeah, they get rid of the 1 hour shows or whatever like that. Or
there goes. So someone mentioned there goes the indie guys posting as seen on AEW TV on their posters, indie posters.
Whatchamacallit? And they're gonna have a secondary show, and they're gonna divide the roster.
Okay, so they're going with a WWE route.
No. What it is the CM Punk and friends and the Elite and friends.
Oh God,
that's how they're gonna divide it. Because the whole heat thing.
Yeah. Okay. We'll see how that turns out. That's why I usually just stick to what I know, what I'm doing, because. Yeah, like I said, there's so much wrestling going on out there. I know even MLW is making big waves. New Japan with all the American stuff they're doing right now is making big waves too as well. So it's like it's probably we're gonna see a lot of stuff going on within this next year or two between the 2 big ones and the rest of these undercard ones. So, but T, thanks for coming on again, helping me out with this.
And yes, sir.
Peace out, brother.
Peace. Dun.
All right, everyone. That was my man T chiming in. All right. So let's get to some of these cheap plugs before we continue on with the rest of the show. First and foremost, I want to say jump over to Amazon and pick up any one of these 2 books there. The 3 Count, My Life in Stripes as a WWE Referee by Jimmy Corderas. It's on Kindle and has paperback, no hardcover available, as well as our good friend Steve Hershowitz, also known as Steve the Teacher, class in session from teacher to wrestler. He's on all 3 Kindle, paperback, and hardcover. As well, I still do not have the graphics. I've been slipping, really, honestly, of our friend Missy Sampson. She has 3 books on Amazon as well. Teaching for wrestlers, promoters, and there's a 3rd one here. I have it here at home. But yeah, they are all on Amazon. You don't want to miss out on that. As well as our friends over there at Red Rose Sports Cars. That's right. In Lancaster, Pennsylvania, just a couple doors down from Three Legacies Wrestling. They are the premier of sports cars going on. You can go into their .com as well. And they buy, sell, trade, and they also are one of the, like I said, one of the official ticket outlets of Three Legacies. So right there, 126 South Centerville Road, Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Don't want to miss out. And like I said, they are just down a couple doors down from Three Legacies Wrestling. And that's right, Three Legacies. Right there. Pro Wrestling, Academy, Honor, Tradition, Respect, Enroll today. With their head trainer, WWE alumni, Jesus Ricardo Rodriguez. And they're open from 7 to 10 is when their main training classes are. They do have Sunday open rings too as well. You can check them out at 3legaceswrestling.com, or you can email them at the number 3 legaceswrestling at gmail.com. Hit them up and tell them Tio Chio sent you. And if you think you would like any of their merchandise, that's right. Jump over to ProWrestlingTees.com. They have a whole shop of, well, currently 3 shirts. I'm not sure if they have anything new that's updated. You got the Build Your Legacies, the classic 3 Legacy shirt, and the Red Rose t-shirt right there, exclusively on ProWrestlingTees.com. And if you like any merchandise of the BodySlams podcast, simply go over to the BodySlams podcast.com. Click on our pod shop where we have shirts, mugs, coffee mugs, glasses, and a whole list of other items as well. I think we even have fanny packs as well that you guys can definitely check out, support us, because any funds that come to there will go into keeping this product running on all the streaming platforms that we can get to. But with that being said, let's have a couple more shout outs here. The after party spot for Three Legacies is right across the street from the school and Red Rose for after all the shows at the Brightside Opportunity Center where we have our shows at. You can meet everybody at Aruga's, the after party place in Lancaster.
There's always a reason to visit Aruga's Grill House and Sports Bar. Treat yourself to our fresh made-to-order food options and over 40 beers on tap. Watch the big game, catch up with old friends, or enjoy a family night out. Aruga's, this is your turf.
Yes, Aruga's. They have a really good Nashville chicken sandwich. There's kind of a little spice on the spicy side, but I love it. I love a little spice. I can't have too much spice, but a little spice. Spice is always good in your life, right? Right. I think so. But let me break down. If you did not make it to the past Three Legacy show that just happened recently on April 29th, you missed a night of action. I'm just going to run down the results here. Kicking off, we had Jason Blade beating Noah De Los Santos. Ricardo Rodriguez defeating the debuting Al Snook. He's one of Three Legacies students. He made his debut. Another Three Legacies student, Clayton Adams, who is currently under management with Kevin Murphy, took on Bricks Porter, but you know what? Before the match, Murphy came out and he had his own personal ring announcer, Joe, which he was a little bit reluctant to do any kind of ring announcing. He was like being force fed what to say, and then introduced Clayton after he did the big long spiel of hyping up Murphy. Then comes out Clayton Adams and he beat Brooks Porter. But afterwards was even worse. Is Adams went to the back. Murphy called him out again, and he comes dragging Damian Anord to the ring. Look bruised and beat up. Maybe that's why. Because originally it was advertised Clayton Adams taking on Anord, but for some reason Anord couldn't make the match, so it had to be Brooks Porter who stepped up to take the challenge. But yeah, Rodriguez came in for the save. This whole thing between Murphy and Rodriguez is getting out of hand, so we will definitely see what's in the weeks to come. I know he challenged him for the big show in August. I believe it's the 19th. I think the date is August 19th at the Barnstormers where they play in Lancaster. So definitely don't want to miss out on that one there. Yeah, let me get the graphic up. Yeah, here we go. At the Clipper Magazine Stadium, Red Rose Rumble, that's right, August 19th, 2023. Tickets are on sale now. Lancaster, I was right. LancasterBarnstormers.com. You can get the tickets there as well. Yeah, so they're edging their way closer and closer to that date. So we will definitely hopefully we see the end between Murphy and Rodriguez of this fiasco, what's going on with Murphy especially. Women's tag team match, Claire Curtis and the debuting Zoe Cannon defeated Journey Burke and both debuting Journey Burke and Harleen Lopez in a women's tag team match. That's the first time here in Three Legacies. Got to see El Prince Piranha, Junie Underwood, Tom Mitchell in a 6-man tag, defeating Ace Dallas, Merrick Miami, and Bill Bain in a 6-man tag here. In a very upbeat match, Tarzan Duran ended up picking up the pinfall victory over Smiley. Smiley, a little awkward there because he had the Delirious mask with the one that he wore when he faced Delirious. It was sitting on the ring post, so it was like, I think it was mentally getting into Smiley's head or something. I think the mask helped cause the defeat, as well as Tarzan Duran taking Smiley's mask, his original mask that he wore during the match, and then it got replaced with the whole the Delirious parody mask, I want to call it. But yeah, Duran definitely picked up that victory there. Hopefully we don't see the end of that. Hopefully there's a rematch or something down the line, because things are a little awkward there in that match. And the big main event was a 3-way dance between Bro Keller picking up the victory against Mantequilla, aka Butter, Parquet, and Facade. This match, hands down, lucha style. This match ended, fans giving dollar bills. Much respect and love to each of these men. They brought their A game, hands down. But all this here was simmering up for the next one for May. We're less than 2 weeks away. That's right, folks. 2 weeks away from Three Legacies Wrestling presents Fiesta. That's right. At the Brightside Opportunity Center. Friday. It's a Friday night. That's right. May 19th. You don't want to miss it. We have a whole host of matches that were already announced. And if you have not seen any of Three Legacies matches, sign up right now on the Premier Streaming Network. That's right. Premier Streaming Network. That's PSN, or you might look it up on Facebook, whatever, but it's on Roku and stuff like that. I know that. It's like $50 for the whole year. You can start from the very first debut show of Three Legacies and try to play catch up to our next show next week. And here's a rundown of some of the match cards that you are going to see. A return, well, I'm not going to say a return match, but in singles action, from returning from their tag team match at the prior show, Zoe Cannon makes her second debut, same as Journey Burke, these ladies are familiar with each other from other areas of training, but they will be back at Brightside Opportunity Center going against each other one-on-one. Can Zoe pick up a victory on Journey Burke? This Journey, I've been working with her everywhere. She been putting in the work everywhere. So with the experience she has and knowledge, it's a little bit up on Zoe. Can Zoe's 3 Legacy training help her out in this match? Also on the card, we're going to see, coming off of that 6-man tag, Merrick Miami taking on Smiley, the Psycho Luchador. That's right, because anything he does will be unorthodox. So Merrick Miami needs to be ready for whatever kind of style or shenanigans that Smiley might be pulling out. Also, we got the returning debut of Al Snook taking on the maestro of the ring, I like to call him, Mr. J.S. Hawthorne. He is a theatrical nut. That's right. He will grace the ring and with his method. He's like a method actor or a method wrestler. Like he likes to get into his role. Who knows? He might get into Snook's head, and Snook may not know what to do with Hawthorne. But the thing with Snook, with his debut against Ricardo Rodriguez at the last show, he made a very impressive debut. It surprised everybody in the house in the sold-out 500-plus standing room crowd. What Snook could bring to the table, and like I said, it was only his debut match, and he went balls to the wall against Rodriguez. Can he do the same? Can he score a victory over Hawthorne? We would just have to wait and find out on May 19th. And we're gonna see a return in La Chica Clara Carreras as she's taking on Dynamite Danny Moe. Danny Moe is the girlfriend of Facade, and they're always traveling together. They're training together. This is Danny Moe's debut in ring. She did debut at the last event at ringside with Facade, but the fans of 3 Legacies get to see her for the very first time in action at Fiesta. And then another huge 6-man tag team. Well, not even a tag team match. It's a 6-man scramble match. That's right. Every man for himself. We get to see 2 debuts here. But first and foremost, some of our repeat offenders for 3 Legacies. We get to see Tom Mitchell taking on Ace Dallas, taking on El Piranha, as well as Junie Underwood. And now for our 2 debuts, you get to see Sage Matthews as he's part of the Dog Nation of his tag team that he's with all over the place, as well as DK Van Du. Now, I don't know much about DK. I did see some clips on him just recently, trying to familiarize with this young man. But hands down, just the talent that's in this scramble match is going to be by far top tier around the area. So you don't want to miss out on this. Anything could happen in a scramble match, especially when you got 6 competitors competing for a nice ranking position in 3 Legacies Wrestling. And we'll see how that all goes down. And in the main event, from the last show, Bro Keller and Facade decided, hey, let's team up together. That's right. Facade and Bro Keller will be taking on Tarzan Duran and the debut of Boar. Ooh, what is this? Some jungle atmosphere stuff going on. Tarzan Duran bringing some of that wild man beast type of shenanigans to this match here, the 3 Legacies. So you better watch out, folks, especially the little kids. You don't want to upset any of these wild animals. They might just come out the ringside to use. But no threat. You have your superheroes there, as in Bro Keller and Facade will protect you, always at ringside. And one more announcement has been made. Grace in the Three Legacies ring is a former, well, I'm not sure he's going to be, it might be just there for a meet and greet, former WWE, WCW, Impact, ECW superstar, none other than the franchise. Shane Douglas will be in the house. That's right. Special meet and greet at intermission time. Pictures are $20, autographs $20. For a combo, $30. You're better off just getting the combo. But if you want to spend separate, that's fine. You know, you if you don't want to save $10, that's cool. That's all right. But yeah, you don't want to miss it at the Brightside Opportunity Center. That's right. And for tickets, you can get them on eventbrite.com. Three Legacies Wrestling, keyword, look them up. Fiesta Friday night, May 19th. Doors open up at 5:30. Why 5:30? Because it gets so jam-packed. It's hard to get seating, stand-in room. So we need that extra half hour to get all the fans in. If you get there good and nice and good, you get a good seat. Plus, a lot of times we have a pre-show match that starts at 12:15. So, like I said, 5:30, doors open. You might see a pre-show match at 6:45. And bell time, the main show starts at 7 p.m. So you don't want to miss out on all that night of action with Three Legacies Wrestling and whatnot. I'm looking forward to it. We're only like 2 weeks away. 2 weeks from a star-studded weekend. Not just that. Three Legacies in Lancaster. The very next night, I'm going to be in Ridgefield Park, New Jersey, at the Mecca, at the Phil Sheraton building, for Pro Wrestling Magic. That's right. It's the very next night in Ridgefield Park, New Jersey. So hopefully I don't see you at one. Maybe I'll see you at the other one too as well. But before I sign off, let's get one more shout out to our good friend over at the Stardom Cast. If you like that Joshi, Japanese women's style professional wrestling, here's our man, Matt Turner.
Hello everyone, this is Matt Turner. Join me and my co-host Rob Goodwin every Friday morning as we host the Stardom Cast. It's a podcast we talk about everything about the fantastic professional wrestling world that is Stardom. We have news, notes, previews, and reviews, again, every Friday, the Stardom Cast. Check it out.
All right, my man, you definitely want to check out Matt and Rob. Listen in every Friday morning. They're doing big things. They got a shout out plug from Kevin Kelly on one of the New Japan Pro Wrestling shows that was aired. Yeah, they're doing good things over there, especially like I said, if you like that Joshi women's style of pro wrestling from Japan, definitely want to check them out and see what's going on. All right, folks, with that being said, we're wrapping up. We're coming to another end of our show here. Oh, and one other final note. This Thursday night at 8 p.m., we are bringing back this is season 3, not 2, 3. Episode 1 of Thursday Night Slam. We will have, she is the reigning, defending Pro Wrestling Magic Women's Champion, BCW Women's Champion, and the Gamma Champion, none other than Ruthless Lala, will be on the show Thursday night at 8 p.m. You definitely want to tune in. Show much love to Lala. see what's going on, where she's going next. She's doing big things. She's everywhere. You know, I don't want to get on her bad side. You know, she brings that big D energy, just like the rest of the crew of Prolific with Isaiah Wolf, Marcus Marquis, and Tyree Taylor. That's right. She is the first lady of Prolific, and she's Miss that what that lariat can do. You know, she'll bring like I said. It's been a very long show. I have a long day ahead of me. I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in. I appreciate each and every one of you for chiming in and just saying hi, even if just that. Don't forget, follow us on social media. Go to our BodySlamsPodcast.com. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Hit us up on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram. I personally also started my own Twitch page now, which I have not broadcasted to yet, but I will. So stay tuned for whatever I do. Who knows? Maybe I'll also add the Ruthless Lala interview on that one too as well. So we'll see. But yeah, go to all of our social medias. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Hit that notification button to find out when we are live so you can tune in and join us in the chat room or whatnot. And I'll see you at any one of the following upcoming show dates that will be coming up. Like I said, in 2 weeks, we got 3 Legacies Wrestling on May 19th. The next night on the 20th will be Pro Wrestling Magic. And next week, I will be in Williamstown, New Jersey at the H2O Wrestling Center, where it's going to be Carnage Wrestling Federation. So I'll be out there doing my thing with those fine gentlemen. But with that being said, I'm Chio Frost. For my man T that was on earlier, and for our compadres, Joe and Chris, who could not be here today, peace out. Much love. Like I said, like, share, comment, subscribe, hit that notification button, go to BodySlamsPodcast.com, and we'll definitely see all yous at the matches. Peace out.